Hello everyone, it's Salt Rider here and welcome to another week in toys. Today is Tuesday the 18th of October and I've had a couple of parcels, one today and one yesterday. The first item I picked up, and I've already opened it up because it was only in a little baggie, is this guy. This is of course a Generation 1 Target Master, and I can't remember his name. It's Cup's Target Master anyway. But I ordered this the other day to go with my original G1 childhood Cup. Now, I had this second hand when I was a kid because I was a little bit late to the game, but I always liked Cup, and this is an odd toy, isn't it? It's a cool toy, but it's an odd toy. And I always wanted his gun, and actually a few years ago, I'm sure I've told this tale before, I was at a car boot sale and I noticed a bag of weapons, and in that bag of weapons I find Cup's musket. So I thought, haha, finally I get to complete my Generation 1 Cup. But this actually is a Target Master version, and the Target Master version has bigger hands. So I've still got a musket with no cup, and I've kind of had his hand padded out with a bit of cellophane in order for him to hold it, but no need to do that now because he's got his Target Master back. Now the condition of this is lovely, so it's either been in a box somewhere never played with, or this is actually the reissue. It doesn't matter either way. But we transform him like so, and he can go into Cup's hand. And there we go, we have a fully complete Target Master Cup. Yeah, his stickers are a little bit worse for wear, and he's got a few scratches here and there, but that's the beauty of G1. This came about because of Shooty, so I'm going to blame him for this. He was talking about getting a Target Master Hot Rod with Firebolt, and it made me think about this guy and the fact that I haven't got his gun and the Target Masters, and now I want all three of the trifecta, as Rudy calls them, Cup, Hot Rod and Blur. Now I think I've already got the Target Master Blur and I've already got his weapon, so I don't need to get him, but I do need to get my hands on a Hot Rod. Apparently the reissue is exactly the same as the Target Master one, but yeah, I kind of like a full-on Target Master one, I think, because I don't want to open my reissue. And I also need a original Cup to go with his musket here, so maybe I'll go on a little bit of a G1 binge. I've got another G1 item on the way this week, actually, so you should see that later in this episode. Right, so to today's parcel, and here it is. It was from Amazon. I noticed this late last night when I was watching Star Trek The Next Generation. I actually put the first episode ever on. I didn't realise it was from 87. It was that long ago. But I watched the first episode again. And it was great. And then I thought, oh, there's meant to be some figures coming out. I wonder when they're out. And they actually had them in stock on Amazon. And I thought, oh, I've got to get at least one of them, because I used to get some of the Playmates Star Trek stuff when I was younger. They are a smaller scale than what I normally collect. They're not 6-inch. This ain't too bad. So this is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. They're done in the Playmate style, or kind of style, but I think they're done by Bandai. No, they're Playmates. They are Playmates. I thought they were Bandai, but they're definitely Playmates. So these are Playmate figures. So far, if you have a look on the back, there is some Discovery figures, there's some Next Generations, and there's some Classic. I'm tempted to get the Spock just to put next to Galvatron with some pictures because of Leonard Nimoy. But I might pick up Data and Riker as well. These are $12.99, so they're not actually too badly priced. Like the artwork on it. The lightness isn't too bad. And the accessories are very old school, very, very old school. It comes with his phaser with the massive phaser blast on it. It comes with what looks like a tricorder, like a desk computer, and I think there's a stand behind him as well. So yeah, I'm not massively into Star Trek anymore. I've got an Enterprise up there and all that stuff, but you can't beat a Patrick Stewart figure, can you? And I might pick up a few more of these if they're in decent condition. Decent quality, sorry. But yeah, a cool little pickup. Maybe Paul from Transformers The Show might like that. Maybe he won't. Today is Thursday, the 20th of October, and I've got a little parcel here. Now, this isn't from eBay or a retailer. This is from a site called Vintage. You might have seen it advertised on the telly about selling your old clothes. Anyway, they've got some Transformers on there, and I found this item a little bit of G1 goodness, to be honest with you, and it's a mould that I own, but I've never actually played with because mine is sealed. So I thought I'd pick this up. I think this cost £9. I think £9, maybe £1 postage because it was an offer on my first purchase. And I found a few bargains on there. I've got another 2 items actually on the way from Vinted, if they arrive. But this was the first one, the first thing I ever ordered from Vinted. I did tell Shooty about this before, and he did order something and it got cancelled. So I've been kind of half expecting this not to turn up. But here we are, let me open it up and we'll have a look. G1 goodness is inside. It's been a bit of a G1 themed week, hasn't it, this week? Okay. Well, quite randomly, someone's used a Stranger Things notepad to pack out the box, which is very odd because they're quite expensive. They're like a tenner each. So this is Snaptrap, and he is part of the Seacons. He's the main component body of the Seacons, and yeah, he's a figure that I own. I own Pyrrhicon. I own it in that reissue box set that was released a few years ago, and I never opened it. And I saw this for, as I say, £9. It does come with Pyrrhicon, and it comes with Pyrrhicon's chest piece, which is cool. It doesn't come with a feat or the gun or anything, but not that that matters. But yeah, I believe that we move this from side to side and these guns shoot. I've never experienced this mould, so it'd be quite interesting to see how he transforms. I think he transforms into a turtle, doesn't he? I think he does. It's nice to find some Generation 1 toys that I haven't experienced, to be honest, because there isn't many that I haven't. Anyway, I think this is it. He turns into like a snapping turtle thing, doesn't he? Yeah, his guns go like that. He's alright, isn't he? He's alright. I might have to go and try and get the rest of the Seacons now. I have got a couple from when I was a kid. The Stingray one and the Shark one that had arms. But I might have a look at picking up some vintage Seacons and collecting another combiner. As I say, I've got the head pieces and I've got the chest piece. Maybe the feet actually came with the individual bots. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, I picked up Snaptrap here. And, yeah, for £9 you can't really grumble, can you? So today is Saturday the 22nd of October, and I've had a bit of good news as well. I've got a couple of parcels, and I've also picked up a Stranger Things item, which is really cool. But do you remember these figures from a couple of weeks ago? These Stranger Things figures, they are 5 in a set. I'm missing Mike and Will. For love nor money, you can't find those 2 figures on eBay in this country, and they're hard to find in the actual US, and all the import costs and everything. It's just a crazy price for the figures. There is a shop that's opened up in Sutton Coldfield called DJ Collectibles, I think it is, and there's mainly sell pops and all that kind of stuff. But on the off chance, I asked him if he could get a hold of these, and he said, actually, yeah, I've got a contact in America and I can get some stuff imported over. So hopefully in 3 weeks time he's going to get me the other 2 figures to these, and it means I can complete my Demogorgon Build-A-Figure, which will be nice. But I did pick up something when I was in there. I had a load of these Stranger Things Lego Star figures. I'm not going to say they're actual Lego figures, I think they're knockoffs, to be honest with you. But I decided I'm going to buy Hopper. I might get the rest of them actually, they were £4 each. But after he was ordering that in, I felt obliged to buy something from there. I also got a Christmas present for my son, a pop vinyl Pokemon thing there, which I'll probably show you with his Christmas haul. But yeah, we need to put Hopper here together. His coffee cup, should have been a bottle of wine really, shouldn't it? And a little stand for him. So I got a little Hopper Lego figure that is gonna form, just go on a random Stranger Things shelf. I'm gonna obviously complete that range of figures, but I'm gonna try and pick up a few ad hoc Stranger Things things, and that's a nice little thing for the shelf. And an additional hand as well, so that's alright. Now, I've had a couple of parcels come from Vinted. I mentioned earlier on in the show that I got Snaptrap here for £9 plus like £1 postage. I think it was a promotion on the first buy from there. I have now got a couple of other items, and I'm a little bit worried because one item I paid over £20 for has been wrapped up in a carrier bag. What I can't work out is both these items are from the same seller, and yet she's put them in different boxes. It is a she, by the way, from the seller. So here we go. And this is a figure that I have been thinking about picking it for a while. It's a mould I've got 3 times already, but this is probably the best version of the mould, and I never had it. Bits fallen off already. I think it's been beaten a little bit in the post, dear me. So we have Armada, Thundercracker, or was it Powerlink, Starscream? I think the batteries have died in this one. They look like it's gone a little bit rusty, so I might have to find a way to take the batteries out of that. I don't actually know how to do that. I'll have a word with my mate Brad, he'll let me know how to get that out, but the batteries don't seem to work in it anymore, which is fine, I wasn't expecting it to. He's very, very dusty, as you can see, very, very dusty, so he needs a bit of a love and a bit of a clean. But I've always wanted this. I've got the Skywarp, and I've got 2 versions of the Starscream, but of course what happens to Starscream is that this is actually Starscream in the show, and he actually dies fighting Unicron looking like this. I think he's complete. So I think that goes, does that go there, or does that go there? That goes there. Then his wing goes onto here like that, and he has got all the parts to his sword, because that turns into a sword. These clip onto here like so. So they go on the right side. I think that's right. Yeah, that goes on there. That goes on there. So this was, it comes to about 25 quid in total, because with vintage you have to pay your buy protection separately. It's actually on top of the price. So I think the buy protection is like about £1.30, depending on the price, and then your postage on top of that, which is about £2.50. We've got the Minicon dude here, which is good. And yeah, he's alright, he's all there. I'm happy with that. I know he goes for a lot more than what I paid for him, and I know he needs a little bit of a love and a bit of a clean, but that's a lovely looking figure, that is. Lovely looking figure. Obviously his Minicon does pop in here, like so. If you don't know the mould, I might do a little short on him actually. But basically, yeah, knocking everything off him. The gimmick kind of works still, which is good, the spring works. And of course you can take this off, you can unfold it, which is a lovely little gimmick this is. And you can make a sword. Yeah, so I've got the Star Saber somewhere. I'm missing a couple of pieces of it. I might actually have a look at trying to make that complete again. So yeah, got another Armada figure. I haven't bought an Armada figure since TFN, when I bought the Hot Shot / Hot Rod repaint, which actually sold on. I didn't hold on to it. But this figure is one I've wanted for a while. I did look at it at TFN and it was a bit too expensive for what I wanted to pay at the time. But I got myself a little vintage bargain. Next one. Now, I think this one's not complete. I don't think it's complete. I think it's missing some missiles. This is a figure I had before and I sold it. I sold it to Spoonertron, if you know Spoonertron on Twitter. I think it was in 2019 TFN. And this figure is really quite rare now, and I really regretted not having it. So, and this figure is really quite rare now, according to Brad, and I regretted selling it on. I'm a bit worried about the condition of this because the picture weren't very good, and as I say, I think it's missing his missiles. He isn't missing his missiles. Oh my god! So this is complete. Oh well, this has made my day. This has. So basically, I thought it was missing his missiles, and I think the description actually said it was missing missiles. But one missile is in there, and the other ones are in the car doors. So whether someone didn't know that, but anyway, right, this is Armada Wheeljack. This isn't just your normal Armada Wheeljack. This is the Takara version of him. So this is a lot rarer figure, and I think the UK one was pretty rare as well. I think it was one of the later waves, and Brad will probably correct me on that in the comments, but yeah, I picked up him, and I remember I used his rockets. I think everyone does this in fairness, as melee weapons. Why can't I hold anything today? Why can't I hold anything? But yeah, well, that is a lovely surprise that he is complete. So we've got Armada Wheeljack here, and we've got his Minicon. Is this Windraiser, I think? I think it might be. But yeah, awesome. I'm chuffed. I mean, this one was more expensive. This was 21 quid plus all the postage and the fee, so about 25 quid. and Thundercracker was 20, so about 24 quid. So for less than 50 quid, I've had two absolute bangers here. I'm really happy about that. My son's asking to have his bum wiped if you if you've just heard that. But yeah, awesome. So yeah, awesome couple of figures. Need a bit of a clean, need a bit of love, but wow, what two great figures to add to the collection. And I think that's it from this week's Week in Toys. A couple of bits before I go. I was on Transformers The Show, episode 144 yesterday. Check it out. We had a great discussion about the fear of missing out and talked about our favourite Beast Wars toys or characters. It was a great show. And Alexis messed about with some batteries in a T-Rex, as Alexis does. Next week, I'm at the NEC Toy Fair. It's sad news that actually they're stopping after this year. There's only 2 left. So I'll do a special video on that next week when I'm back with my pickups and what I've saw there. And until next time, I've been Zork Rider, and I'll catch you again really, really soon.